Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP is not going away. And what happened today is just another reason why, in a long list of very good reasons. Take a look at this headline from the latest Ripple Insights piece. This is Ripple's official blog series. Ripple continues to build momentum in MENA, that's Middle East and North Africa, MENA, with first on-demand liquidity deployment in Middle East. Now, on-demand liquidity, of course, requires the usage of XRP as a bridge currency specifically for settlement. And so I have a couple questions for you before we dig in here. Just got to ask yourself, right? Would on-demand liquidity continue to be adopted throughout the world if it were not actually solving a problem? Okay, think about that. And now this, if XRP is solving real problems for real people and real businesses, do you think that XRP will cease to exist or that it will be around for the long haul? What do you think is the likely outcome? I'm asking, given that XRP, it's crystal clear, is solving real problems for real people, given that is the case, do you believe that the human race will continue to recognize that and that money will go where the value is? Because there's value in solving problems with XRP. That's valuable. XRP is required for this to be a solution, right? Do you think ultimately that the human race will continue to acknowledge that or not? And again, this is just one use case. There are all sorts of other use cases for XRP. The most famous and well-known use case, just to the degree to which it's been publicized, is XRP as a bridge currency. And so that's fine. There's a reason that we talk about that regularly. But there's it couldn't be more crystal clear. And so here we are in the early days, this nascent asset class, when just about nobody that owns cryptocurrency has any real idea which cryptocurrencies are going to be here for the long term. It seems so clear that XRP is a winner, and it certainly has been to this point. And not that things can't change, not that things can't go poorly for XRP. There's just no reason to think at this point in time that they will. We're seeing further adoption. That's exactly what we're seeing. And we know how humans operate. Once a standard is in place, like, good luck supplanting it. Think about the adoption of technology throughout all of mankind. Once a standard is in place, good luck supplanting it. You need something that is light years ahead of a technology for it to be worthwhile for people to actually replace it. You could think, for instance, when people widely used cassette tapes, and then there was the leap to CDs. But that took a long time, right? And it had to be substantially better for a new medium to come in. And what happened after that? I mean, obviously there's Napster, and the rest is history, and now everybody's streaming and this and that. But what I'm saying is, you need to have, if you're going to supplant something that's a standard, you need to have something that is like what, 10, 100-fold, whatever, increase better than what you already had. Or also, because if it's just marginally better, why would anybody take the time to do that? And so XRP is that big of a leap. It's that big of a leap. And I'm going to share with you an actual feedback from I think it was this. I'm pretty sure it was the CEO within this article for this company that's partnered with Ripple, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency via on-demand liquidity. But and also, I do want to be clear, like, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so, look, I'll say this. And what got me thinking about is this article I'm going to touch on too. This is from You Today. It's titled, "Anybody that does the homework eventually invests in Bitcoin," says Skybridge Capital Scaramucci. And so, I'll say this. Anybody that does the research, does the hard work on XRP to understand it, like, anybody that researches XRP ends up investing unless they let ideology stop them. Because obviously there's a certain percentage of humans out there in the world of crypto that think if a cryptocurrency like XRP is being positioned to help the legacy financial system, that means it's the enemy, it's bad. They call it the banker's coin. And the hypocrisy is not lost on them, because while they're calling XRP the banker's coin, and set aside the fact that at this point banks actually aren't using XRP, I think they will in the future, but even setting aside that, it's so hypocritical because Bitcoin has been adopted by some of the largest banks on the planet and financial institutions. Think about JP Morgan. They're now making money off of it. Think about Goldman Sachs. It's just it's always hilarious to me when people have this sort of problem. But but if you don't have that stupid problem, because you know that if you just figure like that stupid ideology, and if you don't have the unsophisticated attitude that it's, you need to say down with banks, down with government, because I don't buy into that nonsense. That's a bad idea. Well, in that case, then XRP makes all the sense in the world, and it's actually helping some of the poorest people on the planet. It's actually a force for good. All right, and so into this piece from Ripple, though, with $78 billion in remittances in 2020 from Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, UAE for short, combined, the Middle East and North Africa, that's the MENA region, is home to 2 of the top 3 remittance corridors in the world. The region is also undergoing a fast-moving shift to digital and boasts one of the world's most progressive financial regulatory environments. Today, Ripple announced its continuing contribution to this hotbed of fintech innovation with the first ever in-market, on-demand liquidity deployment in the Middle East. Through a partnership with international blockchain-based financial services company PYYPL, the two will bring instant, low-cost remittances to the area, starting with UAE. And so look, and I've said this before, in order for the entire crypto asset class, which now has something like 12,000 different cryptocurrencies, in order for its existence to be justified, you know what you need? You need just one use case. And the rest, all the cryptocurrencies can fight over that use case. That's fine. Let the market figure it out. But all you need is one use case, one problem to be solved, and you can justify the existence of it. Now, if it's just one small problem, the degree to which the crypto asset class would be notable. If it were just one little thing that it could solve, it'd probably be a really small asset class forever, right? But as it turns out, crypto can solve all sorts of problems. But I'm just saying. So think about this. If XRP is solving just one problem, if it takes hold and it becomes the standard solution for even just one use case, it's not going away until it's supplanted by something that's superior. And so you could think, okay, well, there's always new technology. Well, what if XRP does become supplanted? Ooh, that sounds super duper scary. Not so fast. Especially if you're talking about XRP as a bridge currency, because even if you have a cryptocurrency that's better, well, what the hell does it matter? Think about this. XRP settles in 3 to 5 seconds. So if you have a cryptocurrency that settles with finality and is competing with XRP, and it settles in 0.1 seconds, which is way faster than XRP, to what degree are you improving anyone's life? Like, you're really not. If you're talking about you position it as a bridge currency, like it's effectively, because XRP's, it's already effectively settling in real time. So picking up that much of an increase, it's not going to change anything. It's marginally better. You'd need something that's like tenfold, or in terms of I'm talking about the degree to which people perceive it as solving a problem. It needs to make their lives 10 times better or 100 times better, or else why would you upend the system that's in place? Because that's a whole lot of work, and then try and get people the world over on the same page as that, like that with that. That's an incredible battle. So the idea of that happening, no. The answer is no. When standards are in place, there's a reason that they're hard to supplant. And so Ripple, is positioning XRP as a bridge currency. It is becoming the standard for that. And so I'm sitting here looking at my XRP holdings. That's one of the bazillion reasons I don't have fear holding XRP, because I don't know when the world's suddenly going to decide utility matters and all the other crap coins go away that don't solve anything, and that will happen. It'll get flushed out. I don't know how quickly it'll happen or when it will happen. I don't think it'll happen any sooner than after this bubble inflates and then pops. I don't think that there's any danger of that happening before that. But after that, at some point, yes. So maybe before the next market cycle, or maybe we'll go through another cycle or two before the asset class matures enough to figure it out. But it's going to happen. But since I don't know when it's going to happen, even if it happens sooner than some might hope or expect, or sooner than I would ever think, well, I'm not afraid holding XRP because it is useful. And if something's useful, humans are not just going to discard it and chuck it to the curb. And yeah, so fine. if there's a flushing out of the system, I get it. XRP would move in tandem with the rest of the market, but then it would rise out of the ashes, just like you saw the dot-com boom and bust. All the dot-com stocks, they tanked, including Amazon, which tanked over 90%. But those companies, including Amazon, which were actually really good business ideas, as it turns out, what do you know? They're here a couple decades after that. What do you know? So that's why I'm watching now. If anything ever changes and XRP is no longer useful, fine, we got a problem. And on top of that, there's something else like I've been mentioning recently, and it's worth repeating. There's something about XRP that you can't code into it that is extremely valuable, and that's liquidity. You can't code liquidity into a cryptocurrency. We're talking about the degree to which it's available on cryptocurrency exchanges the world over. You can't code that into it here. And so then Ripple writes the following. Traditional remittances are often plagued by slow, expensive, and opaque transactions. For the many people that rely on these funds to cover rent, living expenses, or one of life's many emergencies, a delayed or missing payment can be catastrophic. Using on-demand liquidity and leveraging XRP, PYYPL, I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced like people, I don't know, so I'm just reading the letters. PYYPL will provide instant, low-cost remittance options for people sending money into and out of the region. And then in parentheses they write, note, XRP will not be held within the UAE and transactions will not involve the currency AED as part of the payment flow. Now, this is part of PYYPL's larger mission to enable digital payments for the 1 billion financially underserved smartphone users in the Middle East and Africa at large. Now, beyond customer-facing services, PYYPL will also use on-demand liquidity to eliminate the need for the costly pre-funded accounts normally required in traditional cross-border payments. What do you know? Ripple was right. People don't like to have pre-funded accounts. What can you believe it? Who would have thought that was real? Who would have thought, right? Calling these legacy accounts an inefficient use of capital, PYYPL's co-founder and CEO, Antti Arpanen, said unlocking these previously trapped funds can help better grow and scale the business. Well, no kidding. Who would have thought that? Here's a tweet from Ripple employee Brooks Entwistle, who's working in the region, I believe. XRP-enabled payments are coming to the Middle East, starting with PYYPL and the UAE. On-demand liquidity is a game changer for consumers remitting money home, as well as financial institutions that can eliminate costly pre-funded accounts in destination currencies. Exciting day for Team Ripple. Yep, Ripple's not going away, and XRP's not going away, and XRP is one of the only cryptocurrencies on the planet that's actually being used to solve a problem, even just one problem, right? And it solves many, but I'm just saying. It's just about the only cryptocurrency on the planet that's actually used, and in this case, used in enterprise-grade software, no less. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And so that's why I was saying also, anybody that does the research on XRP ends up investing unless they have some sort of stupid ideology in their head that stops them. So take a look at this headline. Anybody that does the homework eventually invests in Bitcoin, Skybridge Capital Scaramucci says. Anthony Scaramucci, founder and CEO of Skybridge, a Skybridge Capital venture fund that has a branch investing in Bitcoin, has told CNBC that Bitcoin can eventually convert anyone who does their homework to invest in it. He named several billionaires who used to be skeptical on Bitcoin, but have been into it since 2020. So look, and it's worth pausing here to also note, it's okay to be in the minority right now, because if we weren't in the minority, we as XRP holders, confident in the long-term viability of it, if we weren't in the minority, if we were in the majority, that would mean that it's already taken hold, and the opportunity for these asymmetrical gains, the parabolic rises, like those times would be long in the past. Maybe you'd get something out of it, but investing in XRP at that point, which I believe will come way in the future, it'll be no more interesting than investing in stocks or precious metals. And so thankfully, it's such early days right now, there still is a frenzy around all this, and markets are so illiquid, thankfully, that you can still get these asymmetrical returns relative to any other assets or asset class. It's astonishing here. We're so fortunate to be alive in this time, because this is a once-in-a-species thing. This isn't going to happen again. So anyway, the point that he's making here with Bitcoin, it's certainly not lost to me, but it absolutely applies to XRP as well. Now, according to Scaramucci, Bitcoin has the power to attract even its opponents. If they begin to study Bitcoin carefully and do the homework, they get convinced of the great potential Bitcoin has. He has referred to billionaire investors such as Ray Dalio, Paul Tudor Jones, and Stanley Druckenmiller. They used to be opposed to the flagship cryptocurrency and now are holding Bitcoin in their portfolios. Yeah, and I love seeing that, but I'm telling you, like, people, it's going to become more and more clear that XRP has ever-growing utility and is here to stay. And as that becomes increasingly clear, and as there is sufficient regulatory clarity, even in the United States, I believe that's coming, then the adoption is just going to increase, which is why the price that we're seeing today, I just feel like it's kind of like, imagine if you could purchase Bitcoin, like if you were around back when Bitcoin was $100 and you could have purchased it back then, you know, like that's kind of where I see XRP is. And I'm just throwing that number out there. I don't know that that's the exact number. If I tried to crunch numbers, maybe I'd say a different number, but I'm just trying to get an idea across, you know, the idea of purchasing Bitcoin that cheap, because that's kind of where XRP is right now. I think if you fast forward a decade or two, as long as XRP continues to be useful, you'll look in the future and just be like, wow. So the people will be talking to you like, wait a minute, you actually purchased XRP at around $1? It's going to be mind-blowing to people that we were here that early, because, again, only like 2 or 3% of humans on the planet have ever purchased cryptocurrency, and on the high end, maybe it's something like 0.01% of humans have ever held XRP, but it might be something more like 0.003% of humans have ever held XRP at any point in time. So, you're here early, okay? Congratulations to you for figuring this out and actually giving a damn about it and trying to inform yourself about it, because almost nobody is. But that's going to change. But that's why I'm saying, like, we're early to the party, but that's why there's so much opportunity here. That's the reason I'm always so excited about this every single day. It's the reason I wake up every day and look forward to running this Moon Lambo channel with a silly-ass name, because it's life-changing. It absolutely is. There's so much opportunity here, and just for the typical person. And not that everybody's going to do it, because a lot of people make very poor decisions and they emotionally buy and sell, which I think is the biggest hurdle. You got to get over the emotional side of all of this and just hold for a sufficient amount of time and understand a number of other things. And so it's not that there's no risk associated with this, but my gosh, what an empowering message is this idea. And it's so true that you listening to this can accumulate life-changing wealth properly investing in crypto and having just a sufficient understanding of some very rudimentary ideas surrounding how this works and how human psychology plays into this, and then having a sufficient amount of time in mind when you're investing. Like, what I'm saying is the potential is there. Nothing's guaranteed. There is risk, but damn, the potential is there. It's the quickest way to make the most money on the entire planet, and this has never happened in the history of mankind. And here you are on the forefront of this. And almost no humans are. It's just amazing. Like, again, so these are all the reasons. Like, I could not be more excited about this literally every single day. I jumped into crypto in November 2017. It just grabbed me for whatever reason. It just did. And maybe part of it is just the fun of the recognition, because I feel like I found something before the vast majority of humans. And you talk to the typical person, since it's not proven yet, they're going to be highly skeptical of you and think that you're wrong. And maybe there's something about that too. Just I have conviction that I'm right about this. I just crypto in general. Like, even if I'm wrong about which cryptocurrencies are going to have long-term viability, including XRP, I'm still right about crypto. But at this point, I insist that it does make sense for XRP to be here for the long haul. And so that's part of it too. That is part of it for sure. And I want to see this thing through and see where it goes. Now, if it ever doesn't make sense, I'll be screaming it from the rooftops, and I'll just sell all of my XRP and get the hell out. And I'll still be in crypto. But, there's no sign of that happening. Definitely not. So anyway, I'll wrap up there. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.